The fact of the matter is, everybody is concerned a little bit with what is going on in the administration. There's got to be, I'm not saying there is, I'm saying there should be, but I think that the numbers are going to start pointing that out. It is not, let me tell you first what it isn't about. It is not about an increase in COVID cases. It is not about the Delta variant. Look, everywhere the Delta variant has come into play, hospitalizations have gone down, death rate has gone down, while so-called COVID cases have gone up. That is not the problem. But the beauty of that is that it will mask, pardon the pun, but it will mask the real issue. And the real issue is this administration. When we see Schumer coming out angry because Republicans are pulling out of the so-called $3.5 trillion spending bill, the $1 trillion or hundreds of billions of dollars that are set aside for growing in dramatic, not just a little bit, not just an average budget increase, but growing, changing the face of the IRS and the Republicans saying they don't want that in the bill, that they don't see the need for it. There's no justification for it. Well, wait a minute. If you want to expand the IRS because the IRS can't collect money, okay, that's fine. But that's not the reason, because that's been going on for years. The reason is that we now have to collect they're anticipating the collection of a global tax that is in all likelihood, according to Janet Yellen, is all but passed, right? We're going to have it. So is the IRS, is the federal government preparing for the IRS to be the premier policing agency for the global world, for the global government, or for the global economy? Is the IRS going to be charged with, was that a stipulation by Janet Yellen for America coming in to the G7 or G8 agreement that we are going to have a minimum? It's a minimum. They're not saying it is a 15% tax, because I believe it's going to be higher. A minimum of 15% of a global tax on internet companies doing international work. This is going to hurt the likes of Amazon and Google and Microsoft and Apple, and all the big tech companies will be hurt by this dramatically. And it is the companies being hurt, CEOs now of big, large corporations, are being faced with the likelihood that they will be giving 60%, I'm going to say, to get real, I don't want to split hairs, 60% is horrible, but 63% likely on average when you put in state tax on their income. 63%. And guess what? It's not over yet. Everybody is coming to the realization, when we see if this $3.5 trillion spending bill gets passed, we are looking at adding to to our national debt about $7 trillion in 7 months. That is an enormous amount of money. Everybody that can do simple math understands that it is, everybody in the business world understands that it is virtually impossible to pay for that through tax revenues. It is impossible. You could tax the top 10%, 100%, and not be able to pay for it. In other words, you could take all their money away and you'd never be able to pay for what is being spent. More and more Wall Streeters are coming to the realization of that. They still are in a mode where they can't be critical of their man, Joe. They can't be critical of him. And if they are critical of him, they have to lay out an alternative. And the alternative is going to look an awful like Trumponomics. It's going to look an awful lot like Trump. They dare not do that. You have Wall Street and corporate America could possibly be getting near somewhat of a panic mode of, oh my word, what have we done? Hey, remember to click the subscribe button right here on the screen. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content is added. And more importantly than anything, you don't want to miss all 3 live hours of Financial Issues every day from 9 to noon. And you can watch it on FISM.tv. That's FISM.tv.